Cowboys-Niners is a Sunday Night Football game. Niners reeling off of a loss, and Cowboys really just trying to get their season on the right track here, it feels like. Matchup that matters, Carmen. What do we got for Sunday Night Football here?
This seems to be becoming an evergreen matchup when playing the Dallas Cowboys, and it is Jordan Mason versus this Dallas rushing defense
Yep.
because it has been absolutely abysmal up until this point, allowing just stupid amounts of yards to multiple opponents. They have the most EPA per play allowed on the ground, 42.1 run defense grade, which is the worst in the league. This is the 49ers bread and butter, even without Christian McCaffrey, although I guess we might actually end up seeing him somewhat soon after the bye week. We'll see. But for now, it's Jordan Mason. He has been still productive within this Kyle Shanahan team, even though they're reeling off of the loss they just took this last week. That still shouldn't change given who Shanahan is and what he likes to do, which is run multiple those pro sets, the two back sets, and do a lot of really fun things, dynamic things with the ground game. And that's just something that Dallas has been absolutely terrible at.
Brandon Ayuk's out for the year. They're going to have to lean on other people in the passing game. Brock Purdy did not have a good game last week.
No.
But I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters because the Niners are very okay with running the football.
Sure.
82.3 rushing grade this season. That's still top 10 in the NFL. And the Cowboys, like you just mentioned, dead last in EPA per rush allowed, dead last in team run defense grade. It's just a recipe where Jordan Mason could have 40 carries this game, and Kyle Shanahan could go, fine, whatever, we're going to win the football game. Doesn't matter. And it's hard to bet that hard against certain trends and what we have seen through 7 weeks of the season. And I don't think the Cowboys have been as bad defending the run as of late, but it's still a group that really struggles to do so. And they're going up against a team that is now going to be desperate to run the ball very, very well. So I think that is just what the 49ers are going to do all game. And it's going to be tough, even from a volume perspective. Even if the Cowboys can play a little bit better, they're going to have to defend the run so much in this game, especially with this being in San Francisco. It's just really hard for me to think that the Niners are going to be beat on the scoreboard, even with this kind of a script. What about plus factor? What do you have in this game?
Yeah, it goes along with that, and it's particularly Kyle Shanahan's window dressing. The different things, he doesn't do a whole lot of different concepts at their base, but he does it in different ways, and that's what he is so incredibly good at. That's why this run game is so incredibly dynamic, just the different looks it's going to give you and the different motions and all of that fun stuff. And this is where the Cowboys' discipline is going to come into play, or should I say lack thereof, given the fact that the Cowboys are the fourth highest missed tackle percentage in the league this year. They have the fewest tackles going for a loss or no gain. And that's also in the run game. It's overall, and then it's also against the run. So the Cowboys have been extremely undisciplined when it comes to tackling and being able to bring runners down, bring anybody down really, because these are kind of overarching stats. And that's what I think Kyle Shanahan is really, really good at doing, is kind of testing your eye discipline and trying to move guys around and get guys out of position defensively. And that's something that I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to fall into the trap of.
I think the plus factor has to be Dak Prescott. Basically because, like I just said, it has to be. Dak has not been what he was last year as a MVP candidate, and I think the floor has been a lot lower for Dak Prescott this season. 10 big-time throws, 13 turnover-worthy plays. He just does not look as sharp, and I think the team overall, they're not in a groove. The vibes aren't what they needed to be. We knew the run game was going to be bad. We knew the offensive line was going to take a bit of a step back, but I feel like it's even worse than we thought it would be, because I felt as though, okay, even if that's going to be the case, the passing game is still going to be great. It's still going to be CeeDee Lamb. It's still going to be Dak Prescott, and they are struggling overall. I think the offense just overall is not, it's not as explosive as it needs to be.
There's no one else besides CeeDee Lamb.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say not as explosive as it should be, because I still feel like the Cowboys are near, top 5, if not top 10 in the league when it comes to explosive plays. So they're still doing that. But like you just said, there's nobody really else other than CeeDee Lamb to throw the ball to. And I think there's a lot of frustrations on the offensive side of the football. And they really need to get it figured out. This is a really tough game to ask them to get it figured out. But to me, Dak really snapping back into form and raising his floor as well as his ceiling would be a very welcome sight for Cowboys fans. It's something that they would need, I think, if they're going to get this upset win on the road here in San Francisco.